Hi there, my name is Ammy Gamez. I am currently reigning as the Teen Universe USA Latina 2022. I was born to two migrant parents that are from Mexico, and now I'm studying digital film production, and I am working in a hospital.
You are a student and you have a job, yes? You have two
Yes.
occupations.
Yes.
You are very busy. And
Okay. Well, so this title was given because I competed in 2020 for Teen Universe USA. And since I was Teen Universe Arizona of 2020, they always look for a contestant that competed in the year prior to join the new Teen Universe USA to compete in international. So this one was assigned because I already competed at USA.
and are you excited by this new title, Teen Universe US Latina 2022?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's something that I prepared a lot for, and I'm very excited to finally get to live out. And of course, finally meet Morgan Claybaum, who is the Teen Universe USA. And I can't wait to see what we get to do there and the memories we get to experience.
What is your reaction when the director call you, you are the new Teen Universe US Latina?
I was very excited. I told my family about it. They were excited for me because they knew the possibility was there after competing the first time, and I I was very excited. I felt very blessed, and I'm still very eager to see and meet all the new contestants, and of course show everything that I know.
And before this title, have you competed in another system like Miss America Outstanding Teen or Miss Teen USA?
Before this system, I competed in Miss Arizona Teen USA. Yes.
And you have no winning the title.
No, I did not win that title. The only previous one was Teen Universe Arizona.
You are the best title because with this title you win the national title to go to Teen Universe. Are you
Yes.
are you afraid by this new challenge?
I wouldn't say that I'm afraid. I really am more excited than anything. I obviously there is, the jitters you have to know you're going to a new country, you've never been there before, and that also more than anything, I'm prepared to enjoy it because no matter how difficult it might be once we're there with requirements and maybe, small, as they say, like tests that they might put us through to get to know us. I know that it's a very amazing experience, and I know that I'll enjoy every bit of it.
And what do you hope to gain from this experience?
From this experience, I know that I will be able to use my voice and really accentuate it. I know that I'll be able to communicate with a lot of different girls, and my hope is, of course, through winning, to continue to remind the youth of the value they have, their purpose, and how they should become more involved in their communities, because that is what makes us more united of all things. So in my life, I have volunteered in a couple different organizations, but the similarity I find between all of them is that it does not matter where you begin or who you become involved with. What matters is that you are involved within a volunteering organization, and that they teach you more about life, more than you're able to experience. So I would encourage youth to just become part of their community, because that's what unites it, and that's what makes you that's what makes you a more fulfilled person.
Volunteerism seems very important for you. Why?
For me, for example, I volunteered at Hospice of the Valley while I was in high school. That was a place where you go to take care of elderly or people that are about to pass away. And for me, that was very transformative because I understood not only more of the value that life already has, but of the value of the wisdom that we carry until the very end of it. And I want to continue reminding people and showing them real ways, because I really believe that a lot of students and a lot of even older adults wish to be part of these things, but they don't exactly know where to start, or they feel they don't have the time. But there is the time. And
you say me you are volunteer in different organization. Which organization?
another one is called Buddies. Well, this one was a buddy system within my church where I would go and we would each be assigned to a preschooler who had special needs, and you would essentially help them to understand their Sunday school learning. You would play with them, you would help them play with other children, and I did that all throughout high school, and that was also very beneficial. Right now as well, I work in an oncology system for women with breast cancer, and so it's my favorite thing. It is super impactful to work with those women and to learn from their experiences, and men, because actually some men develop those complexities as well. So just learning about my world a little bit more through the eyes of these patients and the people that truly have the kindest souls, that's taught me the most about myself.
And in the future, what do you want to become? Doctor or nurse, or maybe another job?
So since in school right now, I am studying digital film production. My goal is to work with productions and to be able to tell these stories so that a broader variety of people can also understand these messages. Because while I continue to work in healthcare, I also believe that showing that same impact through these stories and these messages displayed in marketing are very important. Good teen universe must have essence and gratitude. Essence, because the person that you are at the very core is who everyone sees and is someone that they can enjoy, and is sort of the beginning for all of the other qualities. So I think that having a good essence and a good warm and loving personality is something that people will gravitate towards, and I know because I gravitate towards people that have the same value.
And this competition, Teen Universe pageant, is not only about about volunteers. It's a beauty pageant. What is your definition of the word beauty?
Beauty is someone that is very strong-willed from the inside, someone who knows their purpose, and that no matter what life confronts them with, they can continue persevering because they know their value and they are excited by finding the real beauty and within other people.
And why did you decide one year to enter in pageantry?
I decided really because I knew it was going to be a way for me to not only learn to use my voice better. It has definitely helped me in that way. I was always very goofy and excited, but I was a quite shy person. And now I feel like I get to become more comfortable and meet great people. And it's something that act alone of presenting myself and making new acquaintanceships and new friendships is something I want to do with the rest of my life. So I knew I needed to do something that really pushed me there. Yes and no. I say yes because it brought out these qualities of confidence in me, but I also say no because I really believe that it was such a blessing to get to do it. But I really believe in the person that I was before. I really believe in the person that I was when I didn't know what a pageant was, when I hadn't experienced it yet. So I'm really grateful for the experience, and I do think that yes and no, it did make me a better person.
And do you think some people said pageantry give a bad picture, a bad vision of women? Do you think it's a reality?
I think it gives a good image of women because I think today, maybe in our culture it's where it's influenced, but we're always taught, for example, to be, bad as a way to show that we're empowered, but there are other ways to do that. And I think that we should be showing how strengthened we are by how good we are, not how bad we are. I think that pageantry is just a collection of women who really they really rehearse, they get to know themselves, their opinions, and they stick by it, and they make sure that no matter what's going on in their personal life, their job, their school, their family, their other relations, that they maintain this good image. And that's what I see as inspiring of it. So I think it is a good thing. Yes, absolutely. The other day I was asked like some of my favorite meals, like like what I like to cook and everything, and it made me feel so warm just to know that they love knowing about that. And I grew up in my household speaking Spanish, so I learned Spanish actually before English. And within my school, I'm involved in the undocumented students club, and I am not undocumented. My parents were the ones who migrated, but it is really for any Hispanic who wants to join it. And it's so warm to know that of all the careers everyone wants to partake in, there is still this thing that unites us, and it's very, very sweet. It's nice to come to.
You have Mexican roots because your parents are Mexican. Yes. If you win the crown of Teen Universe, you are two countries proud for you, Mexico and USA.
Yes, I know, that'd be so exciting. I know. I would be more excited to represent them both, really.
On the stage of Teen Universe, which culture do you want to shine on the stage?
Well, it was sort of like a question I answered before. It's almost both, because even though the US has made me who I am, a lot of who shaped who I am is, of course, all the experiences I received from my Hispanic roots and Mexican culture. And that's how I grew up. And so really, I think that'll naturally present itself. But of course, it is USA Latina is the title. So that's what I hope people root for. I don't think there's particularly anything that someone can only do as a strategy. I think it's about being the most authentic person you are. I think, well, of course, for judges, I'm sure they're looking for someone that they would like to work with for the next year. And it involves a lot of communication. So I think by being very open with who I already am is the best thing that I can do to present myself on that stage.
And what is your best asset to win this crown?
My best asset, I would say that's the perspective that my parents gave me while growing up. Obviously, growing in a different country with a different culture in your household is very unique. And I'm glad a lot of people get to experience that. I'm sure you've experienced that in your own way as well. For me, my mother, she cleans houses, and she has her own business now doing that. And for me, when she would bring me all along growing up when I was little for my summers, my spring breaks, fall breaks, and vacations, I would learn from the people and her clients, because they were all mostly elderly people. So not only did I learn about my own culture, but I learned about their stories of how they grew up experiencing wars and how they experienced migrating from other countries as well. In Europe, I learned about their backfalls and their successes. So I believe that what I was given was perspective.
And imagine you win the crown of Teen Universe this year. What is your first action do you want to do like the new Teen Universe?
The first action I would do, first and foremost, is create a video explaining and thanking the people that did believe in me, and even those that are still, that will get to know me, because I'm excited to get to know them. Um, as far as an event, I would really love to host a party with the people that I really believe in, which is this community that I'm working with right now, that is called Caperna, and it is built of autistic adults already, but they all have jobs, and they're teaching each other about their own line of work. So I would mix the people that I love. It would be them and people that helped me throughout this process of preparing.
Why the judge must choose you like the new teen universe?
I think they should choose me as the new teen universe because of my perspective and because of my essence, and because I would do really all I can to work with them and bring the light to their organization that they are wishing for, because that's what's giving me light. So I want to do the same for them.
And imagine the crown of teen universe give you the power to change one and only one thing on this planet. What would you be it and why?
If that gave me the power to change one thing, it would be to cleanse our culture of saturated things that don't benefit us. It would be to cleanse us of perversion and of things that change our mind and influence our youth in a negative way, because the youth is the most powerful thing I really believe that our earth has. And when they get to clear their minds and not have distractions of temptation or of comparison in a negative way, that would change their minds and really just teach them to focus more on other things that are going on in our globe, and not only on the pressures that they feel on themselves, because they've been trained to think that way by maybe negative media, negative music, negative outlets. And that's what I would change in an instant.
It's a big job.
That would, yes. That would be my biggest wish, honestly. Role model in pageantry is actually Priyanka Chopra, because, well, after she became a queen in 2000, she had a very extensive career, not only in India, but in the US. And so that's why I think so many people look up to her, because she was able to take on all the changes and shifting between the two. And I really admire that about her.
With your title, you become a public person, a role model for a lot of girls in United States. Which kind of role model do you want to be?
I would like to be a role model that leads with truth and maybe even a sense of conviction, because we all have things that bond us, like our mental health. And I just want to be a reminder that despite you having gone through harsh days before, you will survive this one. And I want to inspire to look forward and to heal from what they've faced before. My best part, I would say, is the interview, because I love speaking to people and getting to know more about them as well. And I want to share, obviously, what I've learned and what I really intend on doing. But my worst part, I have not really thought of that. I have really prepared to just do my best. But if there was a worst part, it would be that I'm always hungry and I always need snacks. So I would struggle not having constant snacks to fuel me through my day. But it's okay. I'll pack. I'll be okay.
It's very difficult with the Mexican food to not have a snack, to not eat a snack.
I really rely more on American foods for snacks, but I think that's just a trait I've always had. I like to eat very often, but very little. I think that's how I balance it. I live on snacks.
And food, is it your guilty pleasure in life?
I wouldn't say it is. If I did have one, maybe it's like most people and you like to, watch movies and keep up with your own shows and everything and find out what's gonna happen next. I think that I really feel like that's the deepest I would go with as far as guilty pleasure.
And what is your favorite TV series
My favorite TV series.
or movie or documentary? What do you like watching on the TV?
Oh, okay. Well, if it was favorite show, I really love a show called Stranger Things. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's of young children that are fighting a this demogorgon. It's a monster that's like in another dimension, and it's very interesting. I love how original it is. But my favorite movie is one called Spanglish. It was made by Adam Sandler, and it reminds me of very similarly to how I grew up. It's about a woman a migrant woman from Mexico begins to clean for Adam Sandler and his family, and she brings her daughter along. I don't know. It's very cute.
What is your supreme dream in life?
My supreme dream in life would be to bring truth and to tell a very complex and needed story. For example, within production, I've been learning how to transmit emotions through screens, depending on if I'm working with an actor or I'm acting or I'm working with a group of people and we're helping to create a story. I think that would be my ultimate goal. And something like a platform like Teen Universe can help me also begin to convey those emotions and the things that I have learned.
And in the future, with which actor or group do you want to work?
I really look up to Eugenio Derbez, and he is also a Mexican actor. And he recently created a film called Koba, and it is one that is about a teen girl, and she has two parents who are deaf, and it talks about how she bridges their communication, and it's very beautiful. And he even said after they won an Oscar for that film, and he explained that it isn't always about how prestigious or how much money you have when creating a project. It's about the heart that you put into it, and it really touched my heart, that film, and I really look up to that. And I think those are more of what we should be watching nowadays versus things that might not help us as much.
Do you think in the future, do you think it's Teen Universe is your last pageant, or do you think competitive in another system in the future?
I think it all depends on where I am placed in my life. I really feel pageantry has helped me so far, and I've really enjoyed every moment of while preparing. Preparing is not always simple. There's a lot going on with work and school, and of course your family. There's so much to take care of. But right now, I have not looked farther into a pageant because I really want to focus on this one. But if I felt like I was called to do another one and show more of what I know then I would look into doing another one.
Because for Latina, we are a partner of Miss America Latina del Mundo.
Oh yes, I've heard of that one.
And we have, I have interviewed the representative of United States, Roxette. She go to Miss America Latina in October, and she's Miss US Latina.
Oh yes, yes, I've heard of her. That's great. Yeah. And how did you like your interview with her?
It's a nice and sweet girl. She have a real task for entrepreneurship. She has created a company to find a job for Latino community in the Washington state.
Wow, that's amazing. That's very empowering.
And she speaks English. She speaks English, very well English, and she come in United States only for since 5 years, and she have already created the society, the company for find a job.
Oh wow,
it's
how
crazy.
Incredible. What?
Yes.
Tell me her name.
Rose. It's Roxette Solis. She live in the Washington state, in the north of the United States, and she is Miss US Latina 2021.
Oh, I see. How amazing. I will definitely reach out to learn more about that because
And
it
she's
sounds
a
really
great,
interesting.
she's a great voice for the Latino community, like you.
Thank you. That warms my heart. Thank you.
You are a teenager, you are a generation of social media. What do you like the most in social media?
The most in social media is that what I like the best about social media is that you can convey a platform you've created for yourself, whether you've begun a business, whether you have began selling something, or you've started a YouTube channel and you continue talking about things that inspire you. I think it is such a great way to learn about just other people's lives. I have learned a lot already in these few years that I have been on it about so many other things that I think would have taken me a lifetime of meeting people in person to learn. So that instant connection is very helpful.
But social media have a dark side. We have haters, bad comments. For some girls, it's very difficult to live with social media, to becoming a beauty queen, and social media is not the friend. We have the tragic death of Miss USA 2019. It's very difficult to live with the social media. Do you think for your generation, the social media is not too dangerous? Because a lot of girls and men thinks the life of social media is a real life, or it's not the case.
I think that it is dangerous, but I also think that it was something that was placed in our lives to not only give us those trials, but to be able to overcome them. It is dangerous, and it can be very harmful to someone's self-esteem, their mental health, maybe even their confidence and how they perceive themselves. It can be very convincing of it can make you impure. Some people don't really realize that it can make you impure by viewing things that are not natural to, or are inappropriate to even be seeing for your age. And I think that those are the things we don't always think about when we realize how seeing those things over time have influenced us. But like I said before, it is something we need to overcome and withstand our ground on, because there is a great side to social media. And it's like the one I talked about before, where it does uplift you. It does teach you good things you need to know. It informs you. It connects you to more people online. And that's the side we need to focus on, because there will always be, there can always be someone that has something negative to say, but you need to focus on your purpose and the people who have something very positive to say.
Do you feel some pressure to bring at home the crown of Teen Universe by your supporter, by your fans?
I don't think anybody has put any pressure on me to have to bring it home. I think more than anything, they're very excited for me to get to have this experience. And for me, I feel the pressure within myself more than anything to bring it back for them. But from them, as you were explaining, I have not received any strong, asking that you have to bring this home. For me, it's more about who I know supports me and my family and the team that I am blessed with. I know I want to bring it back for them.
You talk about your family. Your family can travel with you in Nicaragua to support you during the final of Teen Universe this year?
Only my mom can. We can't bring everybody, unfortunately. It would only be my mom. But of course, getting to represent her alongside the Latino community within the US is such a dream on its own. And like I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I might only get to live this particular experience just this once, and hopefully I can continue living it for the year.
It's only to know you better more.
Okay.
If I search in your bag, what I find in your bag, in your purse?
Oh, wow. So for me, it's always very important to have a wallet with you because, well, as my dad always told me, if you're leaving your home, you might expect to spend some money. I always have tissues with me. I don't know why. I've always either helped saved myself or saved somebody else who needs a tissue or needs something to clean up. So I always keep that in mind for others as well. And then I always have my form of communication, which is a phone. And often more than not, you'll also find a pair of backup shoes or sandals because you never know where the day might take you.
And are you desperate? Are you a desperate girl if you lose your phone?
I can go pretty long without my phone, but if when it comes to communication, I'll log into a computer we have to make sure I can at least make sure I haven't gotten an important message or an email. But without my phone itself, I can go pretty long. But I do like to stay consistent with communications that I'm a part of.
What do you watch when you wake up on the morning in your phone?
In the morning, I like to be communicative. So I do look for messages or any emails I've received. More often than not, I will find myself watching the news to make sure, well, it's not really to make sure of anything. It's more to just stay informed and to make sure that I know how the story is continuing because, if you miss some time, you might have to catch up and everything. And I'd like to take some space before I go onto social media. But when I do get to social media, I also check for messages or to see what my friends, around the world are doing.
And what is the last photo you have taken with your phone?
I have it next to me. Let me see. You want me to show you, or I can? Let me see. It was an order. My last picture was this one. It was an order that I got on Amazon to remind myself to make sure I'm receiving it. I'm like that. I take pictures of like everything. I don't know why. I use that as my reminder.
You buy a lot of Amazon on Amazon?
Not typically. I definitely like going in person, but when it comes to smaller items, or I'm particularly preparing for the pageant, so I got some final shoes that I had been needing because that they're requiring and things like that. So I'm waiting on those things.
For the event of the final of Teen Universe, which color do you want to wear?
For me, well, my favorite color is yellow. I would love to wear yellow. And if right now, I am actually still awaiting a final gown that I might be able to use. So I will see what color it really ends up being, because sometimes things are like that and you just have to be accepted and go with the flow. But yellow is my favorite color.
For the national costume, because at Teen Universe Pageant, we have the national costume. It's a Mexican, US national costume or a mix?
It is a mix. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. It was something I drew myself. Oh man, I don't have my notebook with me, but I drew it myself and I was like, man, this is a great way to show, both cultures, or really the mix of all the cultures, because representing the Latino community involves so many Hispanic countries. So I'm very excited about it. It's definitely unique. I really created it from my mind.
I imagine you are excited to go to Nicaragua to wear this national costume, this yellow having gun, if you have the good way. For me, Nicaragua, it's the supreme Teen Universe is a supreme competition for teens, because you go to the number one of international pageant for teen. Yes, and I offer you the crown because you are a great and big voices for teenager. I like very much your platform.
Oh, thank you so much. Advice I can give to somebody is to, like I was saying before as well, to always remain yourself, because they are looking for someone they can work with and they can mentor, but also prepare for international. So make sure you are just a friendly person to anybody you meet in the hotel or within the competition, someone that helps prepare a meal for you. Always be kind, because they do look for that. And I think that is no different than the way we should be acting in our everyday lives, because that's how we grow and that's how we become further part of our community, by being that friend. Oh, well, I first and foremost thank you all so much for watching. I really enjoyed these interview questions that Mélanie gave me. They were great, and doing this has opened up my heart so much, and I'm very excited, as I'm sure you know by now, to get to meet more of you and to continue speaking with you through messages and through video chats. It's so warming to meet friends from other places in the world through just a FaceTime call or just a video chat. I know that no matter what you've passed through, you will survive today, and I know that you have a great purpose. Thank you so much for watching.